Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What happens when the government comes and, takes over a business? Is that seizing property? What is it? A business that is privately owned, or at least is not governmental owned. So this I think happens in Germany, and let's see how they maybe justify that. This article comes from Associated Press from Friday, September 16th, 2022. Germany takes control of 3 Russian-owned oil refineries. So Germany's government takes control of 3 Russian-owned oil refineries. So these refineries operate in Germany and they're owned by Russia. I don't know exactly, it's a private company or it's the state-owned. Regardless, it's not the German government. It's an outside company. So let's see what would be the reason why they can do this. Germany is taking control. Remember, look at the euphemisms. Look at the terms they are using, because this is a good thing portrayed as a good thing. So Associated Press portray this as a good thing. So they will use, instead of stealing, grabbing, expropriating, illegally seizing property, instead of all these words that they could use that would qualify with probably what's going on here, they use take control. It's a different story, no? So Germany takes control of 3 Russian-owned refineries in the country to ensure energy security before an embargo on oil from Russia takes effect next year. Officials say Friday. So what will be the logic? So they say we're going to take control to ensure energy security before an embargo. So they will come and take control, so they will make sure that the country will get, Germany will get enough oil from the country that we don't like. Is that how it goes? What if those just shut off the whole thing from wherever they bring the oil? But nevertheless, I don't see how this is, however you want to call it. Your property, not your property. Okay, let's read further and see. Maybe they provide us with more information. The Economy Ministry said in a statement that Rosneft Deutschland GmbH and RN Refining and Marketing GmbH will be put under the administration of Germany's Federal Network Agency. Will be put under. How is it going to put under? Is it forcefully? Just seizing your... we're going to just go and say, we're the boss now, you do what we tell you. Is it how it goes? Well, as I said, euphemism, different terms. All this looks mild and nice and smooth. When you can use the real terms that usually they use, if it's, let's say, a Russian government would see some German companies take control, you would hear and you will read, I would read to you different kind of, semantics here. So let's see what's next. So it will be put under the administration of Germany's Federal Network Agency. As a result, the agency will also control the company's shares in 3 refineries. So it's going to control the so they take over. That's a expropriation. If I take control over them, over the company's shares. PCK, Schwed, Myro and Bayern Oil, located in the east and south of the country. Rosneft accounts for about 12% of Germany's oil refining capacity, importing several $100 million worth of oil from Russia every month, the ministry said. It said the takeover, the illegal, seizing of property. These are, I'm just giving alternative kind of like synonyms here, but I think closer to what's actually going on there. The move, the paso doble. Okay. It said the move would help ensure continued energy supplies and was initially due to the last for 6 months. It was initially due to last for 6 months initially. So they tell you how long they decided for you they will implement the move. Okay. And how will this ensure continued energy supplies? So if they stop refining whatever oil shows up over there, then they will not have oil. So that means they have to make sure they're still working, but you still need the product, which is the oil. So you just take over in case Russia says bye-bye, or the embargo starts in, I think, the 3rd or 4th of December or something like this, the beginning of December this year. So they want to make sure that when that happens, these companies will not say, you know what, we're not going to refine your oil anymore. Then you say, too bad, we own you right now. So they own these companies, or at least took control. And then if the Russians will not be able to bring oil into these refineries, this German government thinks that they will be able to secure supplies from somewhere else, but use the refineries to refine the oil over there. So it's basically taking over your company, and then when I'm going to kick out Russia, I'm going to use other people to bring oil, and I'm going to use your company because I'm in control of it. And you can't say no, because I will flick you out. So Rosneft has previously made clear it had no intention to end the import of Russian oil, despite a looming EU embargo coming into force on January 1st, 2023. I don't think it was December. I don't know what's in December, it's something. I'd say then it must be gas. The ministry said a long-term plan will also be announced for the future of the PCK refinery in Schwedt, which employs about 12,000 people and provides petroleum products to much of northeastern Germany, including Berlin. So, let me tell you how the communists did it. When the communists were allowed to come over to Romania because the Western world made a deal, cut a deal with the Georgian Stalin, that was in control of Soviet Union, after the Second World War, or whenever during the Second World War, they decided what spheres of influence Europe will have and which one is going to the United States. Great Britain was bankrupt, so they thought they still have it, but they didn't. Then you have the Soviet Union, so it was basically two. We don't consider France, okay? So it was basically United States and Soviet Union, and they carved in the presence of Churchill the spheres of influence. Remember, Britain lost everything after the Second World War, bye-bye. Anyway, and after in the next few years. So I'm talking about its empire and so. So then they decided that they will carve the world. So then they said, okay, these countries go in your sphere of influence, drop you too, and then these are ours. Okay, shake hands, very good. Then they brought communism in Romania, for instance. I know that as a fact how that occurred, okay? I have old people that told me we have the history, we have evidence, so it's not like I'm making up stuff here. So they came over there, they took control, the communists, took control with the Soviet army being on the territory of Romania. That's how the communists, they were not popular in Romania. So there was a private, there was capitalism in Romania before after the Second World War ended, then it turned into communism because of the Soviet troops being over there. They manipulated, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they got to power. And this is what the new Romanian government, formed of not too many Romanians, by the way. There were many Zelenskys, just so you know. They came and said, you know what? We're going to nationalize. So they said, we're going to nationalize your economy. So they went and they took over with guns. The country did not have guns, or many. They had then, it was okay, but the communists took all the guns after that. No more guns. So they came and said, we take over yours, we can take over. And were foreign investors who had companies in Romania, private companies. And they either cooperated for a while with the communists, and then they were kicked out, and the communists took over, took control. Like that they took control. They fired the owners, and they just came and took control and said, now it's state-owned. Just like this. Just like this. And the owner was not provided any compensation for that. He was just left to leave the country alive, allowed to. That was the compensation he got. Now that was done like that. How do you think it would be here? Let's say this company says, we don't want to let you take control. How do you think the German government will take control? In the same way the communists took control. They will show up with the police, they will show up with whomever with guns. They're not going to come with, okay, now you're going to leave. No, I don't want to leave, that's my company. No, they're going to make you leave. But they didn't go that far because they're more civilized. They didn't have to go to that far. So this is the way it goes. You call this just to control the move? No, it's the same as those thugs did in Romania and in other communist countries that became communist countries after the Second World War. So good luck. The same trends, the same moves. Why? Because we are the same kind of people. We have the same traits. If the society, the rules that some societies created are trampled and allow these people, which is us, to be what we really are, then we all act kind of the same, under the same circumstances. That's why when I look at this country, I can't believe that this country, which is the United States of America, still was able, and is going down right now big time, able to have a society as it has, compared with any other society in whole history. All history. Just unbelievable. The fact that we can still talk, limited, but we still can talk compared with other societies. And not, just show up here and just hang you yet. It's coming, I think, but maybe not that far. But we are what we are. I'm talking about human beings. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.